itself. So meanwhile, people are joining. The people who have joined, you guys have any doubts? Are you able to complete the assignments? Yes, please.
Yeah, Jensen, we have a doubt regarding the time. We didn't understand what we have to do. Can you please explain that one?
Who is this?
Vikas.
Okay, Vikas. So what you did not understand, like about the time picker passing the?
Yeah. Time picker. I know what exactly that mean. We didn't get that one. I mean, how we have to configure all the things.
Okay. Do you want to share your screen?
No, actually I didn't practice. I mean, didn't done my assignment. I was getting some.
No problem.
Couple.
Wherever you're stuck, we can start from there.
Okay.
So yeah, wherever you're stuck, let's start from there. Okay. I'll make you the presenter. This is Vikas, right?
No. I didn't complete it. Nitish has done that one. You can ask that Nitish.
Okay. So has Nitish, you have completed it?
I haven't finished it.
Okay, so has any one of you finished the assignment that was given yesterday? So that I can walk everybody through what was required.
Jensen, hello?
I'm sorry, I could not hear you.
Ranjit here, Jensen.
Hey, Ranjit, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell me.
But just because the session was not recorded completely, we were not able to, the part of the code where to fit the XML code which you have sent yesterday, we were not exactly sure where to fit it and how to do.
Okay.
That part alone was a little confusing. Apart from that, other part has been done.
Okay, so did any one of you get the drop-down list with multiple source types? So I can explain it pretty quickly.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so who did it? What was?
Both of us did, like me and Nitish, Ranjit and Nitish.
Ranjit and Nitish. Okay, Ranjit, I will make you the presenter for now. Okay, and I'll quickly walk everyone. So this session is being recorded. Okay. And then we can finish it, and then we'll move on to our current session. Okay, yeah. So I made you the presenter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So first thing is this is assignment number 2. Yes. Okay.
So this is what has been added additionally. It was just an increment to whatever we have done to the first assignment.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Okay, scroll up. First, show me the drop-down list with multiple source types. Okay. Yeah. Where do I see the source types? Can you show me the drop-down?
Yeah. All the 3.
So all the 3 source types are visible. Okay. And first thing, as part of the first assignment, I told you to add the time picker source type into to add the input tokens inside the different input tokens. I hear a lot of disturbance. Can you guys be on mute meanwhile? Okay, so now good. Okay, so what we wanted to do is, in the different input types that we were using, whatever tokens that were created, we wanted to pass those tokens in the different input types altogether. That was the first thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so how to do that is, let us click on Edit, Source.
Jensen, this part has been partially done. Like the information which is pertaining to this cookie will only be displayed.
Okay, let's do one thing. Hold on. Go on the top first.
Yeah.
Scroll up. Yes. Now select, instead of last 30 days, select last 24 hours. Let me check if it's done or not. last 24 hours presets. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So now, but I still see your source type selected. I still see options for source type.
Okay.
Okay. So let's complete it. So click on edit source. So what should happen is in the last 24 hours, guys, there was no data. So you should see no source types available for him. Okay. So how to do that?
Okay.
So yes. So the first input type that you have on the top. Okay. What is the first input type that you have? That's a time picker. Scroll up. Yes.
Can I by any chance give you the edit rights to you? Is it possible here?
I don't think so. Let me check. I think you can give, but it will be pretty slow. Instead of that, you can do it. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to pass the tokens. Okay. The first token that we have, first input type we have is a field that is called as input. Okay. So you see in the second input type you have written the query, search query. Okay. Do one thing.
Yeah.
Go into the search query. Okay. Under that, under the query tag, okay, under the query tag, put earliest tag, create earliest tag.
Okay.
Close the earliest tag. Okay, and write dollar field one dot earliest. Dollar field one dot earliest dollar. So because your previous your spelling is wrong, right? Okay, because the first token that you have given us field one. Okay, whatever was the name. Okay, can you correct the spelling? Similarly, do it for latest as well. Make it field one dot latest dollar.
For the next one.
Yeah, for the same thing, just below it. So you have just passed the earliest tag.
Okay.
Time is there is a start and an end time, right? Yeah. Now you have to pass the later. Yeah. Okay, and correct the spelling of field. It's FILED that you've written.
Okay.
FIELD. Yes. Remove the D. Yeah. There are two Ds now. Yeah, remove one D from the field. Yes. Okay. So instead of field one dot earliest, write field one dot latest. So in that way, you pass the token for source types. But you have other input types as well, right? What are the other input types you have? One of the input types you have is cat ID. Okay, you may want to pass that as well.
Okay.
So, but in this case, it will be different. I'll tell you. I'll explain you a bit later. Now, let's first click on save. Okay, because that category ID, the third input type that you have, cat ID, may not be true for the other source types. So it may not make sense at all. So we would have to adopt some other strategy for it. Okay, let's see now how it comes. Okay. It said could not create search. There is some issue that you are finding. Can you select 24 hours? Just checking it out. Okay, and can you click on that drop down on the top? Here's the source type drop down. It is saying could not create search, but just checking. Okay, so it did not give any result. There is some problem with the tags. Okay, give me 1 minute. So the tag that we have provided it, okay, there is an issue with that.
Okay.
Okay, let me tell you what we need to do is. Okay, inside the search thing itself, you can do something like this. You can add instead of the. Okay, since we need to find provide some inputs. Okay, so let's use something called as populating search. That's another tag that I'm explaining. Okay, so remove the search tag. Yeah, so remove the search till query.
Okay.
Yeah, let the string be there. Okay.
Okay.
Query also remove it. Yeah. So instead of not the full query.
Okay.
Control Z. Yeah. So instead of query, write populating search.
Okay.
Instead of query, write populating search. Yes. Populating search. No, all same word. Populating search should be same word.
Okay.
S capital, because there are two different words. Okay. Populating search. S capital and space. Yeah, put that in the end query as well. True. Yeah. Now you will have to pass the. Now you will have to pass the token. Within the populating search, what you can do is you can write earliest equal to. Within the populating search, after the populating search, within the tag itself, it's an argument we are passing. No, argument. Argument is in the tag. Yes. Earliest equal to. Okay. Now whatever equal to that dollar field one dot earliest, copy from down. Dollar field one dot earliest. You can use this. Space latest equal to field one dot latest. That's another argument that you're passing. Field one dot latest. Okay, there is, yeah. Okay. Now what you can do is when you're using this type of query, right? Now you can remove the tags from below. That is earliest and latest, and also search tag. Okay. And what you can do is with populating search, you can put everything in one. Okay. What you can do is after writing earliest and latest, right? You can say field for label as you written right downstairs down. Field for label equal to source type. You can copy that field for label. That's another argument within the populating search tag. It's a different way of representing it, I'm telling you. Field for label equal to in quotes, yes. No, it's not a token, right? So there is no dollar required. Similarly, field for value equal to source type. Field for value equal to source type. Now remove these two. Click on save. So this is much easier way. Just in one line we represented everything. The populating search you can pass multiple arguments within the same tag. So there are different ways of parsing the arguments. Okay, one way is this. What happens? So search produce no results. Now because you have selected last 24 hours, there are no results. Okay, select 30 days, you will get the result. Okay. So similarly, as you pass this time token, right? Time token was passed within the tag itself. The other thing what you can do is you can pass the other tokens by just writing the token name. But as I told you, the category ID for each source type, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so you will have to adopt a different strategy. So for now, I only asked you to put two inputs. One is a time picker and the other one is source type. Okay. The other thing that I asked you guys to do is different panels should be visible for different selection that you're doing. Okay. So how to do that is click on edit. Okay. Within the source type tag. Okay. The source type on the top, source type tag, yeah. Yeah, after the populating search ends, okay, once the user has made the selection, yes, type, open a change tag, change, close the tag. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, if you want to write condition. So you will say, yes, you will say condition value is equal to so whatever value. Let's say what is the first type of value? Access underscore combine or vendor underscore sales. That one thing you know, right? Vendor underscore sales. Yeah, if you know the name, that is really better. Do you know the names?
Yeah, I think it's www or something. I'll use this vendor underscore sales.
Okay. Do that. Let me try to get that value. Okay. So when you select this particular token, what you want to do is you want to set the token that is now. Yeah, there will be a set token. A set token is also a tag. Yes. Set. Okay. Space token equal to, in quotes, right? What is the token that you want to set? Let's say VS or vendor underscore sales. You can keep the same token name. Okay. Close the tag. Okay. Just write in between give some text VS. Okay. And now why is the change tag condition value equal to change tag showing as, now put some unset token as well. Okay, unset token for other source types. I'm pulling up those source types. Yeah. Logging in. Pretty slow. Yeah. So where are we? So we put condition value. Okay, access underscore one. Okay. Okay, I have the source types with me. The source types are one is secure, the other one is vendor underscore sales, the other one is there is no www. The other one is access underscore combined underscore w cookie. Yes. So you have all the three. So you'll set the token for vendor underscore sales and unset the token for secure. Yeah, perfect. So similarly, you will do it for other values also selected. Condition value equal to secure. Condition value equal to secure. Okay, and just set the token secure and unset the token vendor underscore sales. Yes. Similarly, do it for access underscore combined as well. And then Okay, and now go below for the panels. Okay, now, so for the panels which are for vendor underscore sales, set panel depends on the token name. You scroll down, scroll down, go to the panels. Oh, yeah,
just
that's right. Yeah, take it.
Okay.
Yeah, now go to the panels. Okay, let's say the first panel, user action. User action is for what? I think it is for access underscore combined, right? Or is it for? It is having JSession ID. That means it is for access underscore combined. Yes.
Yeah.
So say panel depends equal to dollar. Yeah, dollar. And now what is the token name that we have given for it? I think it is all in small, right? Access underscore combined underscore. Yeah, whatever it is, just pull it from there. Yes. Dollar. Okay, and yeah, we'll test this one. Just click on save. Select one of the source types. Yes. So yeah, for access underscore combined, if you select it, because by default you have selected all. Okay.
Yeah.
So this was, we did user action, right? Now select any one of them. Anything else. Was it user action that we had selected? The panel depends on the tag that we added. Was it for user action?
Just a moment. Yeah.
Okay, I think, give me 1 minute. I think the problem I see is for the name.
Wilson, I think the source type names are different here for Ranjit.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, I think the source type names are different.
Is it?
You can see.
I'm getting these three names: access underscore combined, vendor, and secure.
Yeah, here it is vendor sales, secure, and access combined itself for Ranjit, but you can see.
But what? Oh, in the drop down, it is coming something different.
Yeah, I think in drop down it is something different. So we need to keep that names.
So I think instead of source type, you gave source in the drop down. I think. Yes. Your drop down is not correct. Now go to edit. I'll tell you. So what you missed is you put source there. You click on edit. Yes. Who found this problem?
Nitesh.
Yeah. Good job, man. So yeah. So field for label. Yeah. Go to the query on the top. Go to the query. On the top, not this one. The first input type, yeah, source type. Now scroll to the right. Let me check your query. So, no, scroll to the right. For the first input type, that is source type, scroll to the right. First input type. That is, yeah, scroll to the right. Scroll even more. So instead of stats count by source type, it does not make sense, right? You just want populating source types. That's the first thing. Okay. So write table source type. Instead of stats count by source type, say table source type. Table source type. Oh, only there. Oops, because what will happen is index. So you're actually putting more load on Splunk. You're saying do a stats count analysis as well, but you don't require it. Okay. The other thing is instead of what you call sort, put a dedup as well. Dedup source type. Yeah. Okay. And you need not need a fields at all. Ideally, the dedup should be before table. Okay. For performance, but for this case, that's enough. Now click on save. Anybody wants to give a shot like why the deduct should be before table? Yes.
Yeah,
because what will
first we can remove these duplicates.
Exactly.
So that
because
reduce the number of data.
Perfect. Yeah. So because we want the post processing to be as less as possible. Okay. When we are doing deduct, we are only ending up with 3 events. When we are doing table, we will end up with, let's say, how many like we will have multiple results. Now let's see if your source type is. Now on the top, yeah. What is the source type? Different source type that you're getting. We are still getting it. Is this because your data is in this source type format?
Yes, Vincent.
Okay. So guys, you must have understood what went wrong over here. So whatever source type that we are getting is what we have to pass it as token. Okay. So for Nitish, this is the source type values that he's getting. Okay. So you will pass these source types. Like so, did all of you understand what we're trying to do?
If we select the source type, the other fields should be displayed according to that source type, right?
So the panel should hide and unhide depending on the source type. Let's do one thing. Let's complete it itself. Yeah. Okay. So vendor underscore sales is correct. Okay. I think ww1 dot /secure. How did your source type end up being different? I'm not sure.
No, we too got the same thing. Actually, I too got the same type of source type. I mean, underscore case, vendor underscore sales. Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's strange.
Yeah, we also got the same thing.
You also got? Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I think it's just me who has downloaded a different version probably.
I don't exactly remember the name. One second.
It's I think ww1 / Yeah, can you guys help him? What was the name?
Was it slash?
Yes, ww1 / yes, and everything else looks fine. Right, guys?
Okay. Oops. Sorry.
Okay, we will have to change the token name as well down. The panel depends on value. No, before that we have to change it. Panel depends on, right?
Yeah.
It is referring to the old name. Okay. Meanwhile, you're doing it. So you guys will be able to complete. Yes, please.
Yeah, I think for panel he has given only depends only for access combined cookie. So we need not change anything.
We need not change. Yeah, because that's the same. Okay. Yeah. Now click on save. Okay. Did it go away? Yeah, it went away, right? When you selected, select some source type now. Yes. So was it the first one or the second one? The first one was your. Which panel did we change, Nitesh? Is it Ranjit or Nitesh who's controlling the?
It's Ranjit.
Yes, so we changed the user action one, right?
Yeah,
user action is controlled by source access underscore combined. Now, can you select some other source type? Yes, it went away. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how we will do the hiding one. Okay. So how to hide panels based on the tokens. This is how you need to do it. Okay. The other thing is quickly. I'll take the screen share back. Okay. We have lost a lot of time today. Let's move ahead. So is anybody like having any doubts so far with whatever we have done?
Jensen?
No? Okay. Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah. In the same way, if you add all the depends for every panel, then for access combined, we'll be getting only those panels which are dependent on access combined, and for rest like vendor cells, you'll be getting only those, right? You won't be able to find the other.
True. Okay. Yes. Because whatever selection that you're making, okay, depending on that, your result is being shown to you. Right. Okay. Because let's say vendor underscore sales, you don't want JSON ID over there, right? Whatever panel you have created for JSON ID, if you select vendor underscore sales, it does not make sense for you to show a panel similar for the selection that you made. Right. So this is what you do for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, guys, moving ahead. Any other questions, sir?
Instead of populating search, can we write directly like the question same search as query?
You can do that, but passing arguments will be in tags.
Yeah, I mean we have to write like the earliest and the latest by individual tags, right?
By individual tags, yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So there are a couple of tricks that I want you to learn. Okay. A couple of things that as a Splunk developer that you should know. The first thing is your most efficient filter that you have in Splunk is your time filter. Based on the time, your search performance will increase and decrease. You understand, right? Whenever I'm writing index equal to test, if I'm writing the last 30 days of data or last 60 minutes of data, last 60 minutes of data will be fast as compared to last 30 minutes of data. Any idea why? Because we are searching a larger set over here. When I'm doing last 30 days, it is taking more time because now Splunk is searching a larger set. What do you mean by larger set? As I explained you, in Splunk, everything is stored in an index. Now there is a concept of something called as bucket. So bucket is how Splunk stores its data. Okay, so just think of bucket for now. In detail, we will be explaining when I'm teaching you the admin part. Just think of bucket as of now as bucket is something for the first 24 hours will be ideally stored in a hot bucket. For the next, like let's say from yesterday till the next 72 hours, will be stored in a warm bucket. Everything else goes in a cold bucket. Splunk accesses hot and warm bucket faster as compared to a cold bucket. For example, now think of this thing. You have an index equal to test and source type is equal to access underscore combined. Generally, the data which is fresh is what you will search. Your queries or your dashboard will be showing you more data, will be showing you data which is last 24 hours or last 72 hours. You will less rarely, or what do you call, less frequently search the data which is like 7 days old or 30 days old. Okay, so that's where the bucket concept comes in. So ideally, okay, there are 4 buckets in Splunk, but we'll talk about 3 buckets for now. First one is the hot bucket. The second one is the warm bucket. The third one is the cold bucket. So when I'm searching index equal to test and putting last 30 days, I'm actually searching warm bucket, hot bucket, and as well as the cold bucket. So there are 3 different storages that I'm accessing. So that's why I'm taking more time. Always remember that most of the Splunk installations, so as I told you, there are 3 buckets main: hot, warm, and cold. Okay, now hot bucket is generally stored on a solid state drive or a Fusion IO drive. Okay, it's a kind of a SSD. Why? Because you're accessing more hot bucket frequently. Right, the recent data is being accessed more frequently. So you need your hot bucket to be either an SSD or a Fusion IO drive, because in that way you will be able to access your data faster. Correct? What happens now? Your warm bucket is generally kept on a RAID 10 drive. RAID 10 drive is also fast, but it is not as fast as SSD. So the last 48-hour data is kept on an SSD in a RAID 10 drive. Now, can anyone tell me why I'm only storing 24 hours of data in SSD? Why not store all the data in SSD or Fusion IO drive? Because SSD is expensive. So let's say if I want to store, I'm getting real-time logs of index equal to test. For the past 1 year I'm getting. If I store that 1 year data in SSD, it will be pretty expensive for me. And it is not required. It is not feasible, because the reason is I will be accessing the recent data only recent data I will be accessing pretty frequently, but I will be accessing the historical data pretty less. So I want my recent data should be available in a solid state drive or RAID 10 drive. Okay, and the old data, that is archived data, we'll be putting that into cold bucket, which will be in a RAID 10, the generic drives that we have. You can also use a SATA for it. Okay, this was the bucket concept. In detail, we will be discussing about how the buckets are made, how the buckets are swapped, where are the buckets. You guys remember when we went to settings and we created index name? We just put an index name. It was also asking you, what is the hot bucket part? What is the warm bucket part? What is the cold bucket part? Do you guys remember? So if I go to indexes and I say new index, what will happen? It is asking me the index name. And then it is asking me what is the home path, cold path, and hot path. What is the size of each hot, warm, or cold bucket? Okay, it is asking me. So in detail we will cover then. But the reason why I was explaining is the time taken more for historical 30-day data as compared to 15-day data is this. So if you search for 15 minutes data, it will be fast. As compared to 60 minutes data, or both of them will be pretty similar. Okay, the recent data will be accessible to you faster. That is the first thing. So anytime you want to optimize your query, try to restrain the amount of time that you are searching. So time is the most efficient filter that you have. That is the first best practice that you have to follow. The second thing that you have to follow is, generally all your Splunk installation will be having by default a time selected as all time over here. Okay, your admin, I'm an architect over here, so I'll be selecting my, I by default I said, if a user does not know how to search in Splunk, he will go over here, put something over here and search. I do not want that user to do an all-time search. What will happen is, if let's say one of you user doesn't know anything about Splunk and goes over here and just writes test, what do you think? What will Splunk do is, Splunk will try to search for the test keyword, okay, in all the indexes that are there. And if I do that in all time, what a resource intensive search query I'm writing for a guy who does not even know how to write search queries in Splunk. So it does not make sense. Okay, so that is the reason why we'll specify lesser time over here. So generally when you go to an organization, your by default time that will be selected as last 60 minutes or last 24 hours. Is it clear, guys? You understand, right? When I write in test over here, what it will do is, what it means is, it will search for test, but it does not know that it has to search for index equal to test. What it will do is, it will search for anything that starts for any keyword, be it index, be it source type, be it any text that is there in your total Splunk environment that matches the test value. Okay, that is the first thing. The other thing is, do not. So there is a way. Okay, I was explaining you guys. So let's say index equal to test. There is one way of writing this. And okay, now I know there are 3 source types that I have available. Okay, out of those 3 source types, I don't want data to be coming from access underscore combined. So I can write this access underscore combine underscore cookie, right? And do it for last 30 days. I don't want data coming from access underscore combine. I think spelling was wrong. WCC. If I write this, what will happen is it will try to search for source types which are not equal to access underscore combined. Great. This is how the query is working. But always try to not use this not equal to sign. The not equal to sign, what it does it is more time consuming as compared to equal to sign. Because what I'm trying to say to Splunk is, hey, go to index equal to test and do not show me anything that is source type not equal to access underscore combine. What will happen is, if let's say index equal to test has 10 source types, out of those 10 source types, it will say, it will go through all of them and check if which one of them is not access underscore combine. Okay, and in that way, it has to search 10 source types. Instead of that, if I just write, okay, I don't want access underscore combined. Instead of that, what I do is, I write access underscore, I want index equal to source type. What are the other two source types? I just want vendor and secure, right? Instead of that, I do this. So this is much more optimized as compared to the not equal to operator. Why? Because now you're telling Splunk, hey, go to index equal to test and only give me results from there. So Splunk, what it does is, oh, you guys have worked on databases, RDBMS, okay? So you know when a table is searched, what does the SQL, the editor? So let's say you are using MS SQL, the editor over there knows, okay, where is the index? Let's say table equal to EMP, and within that table equal to EMP, where is the row and the column existent? Okay, it's kind of pointers available, indexes available. What do you mean by indexes? These are pointers. Similarly, Splunk also has something called as Bloom filter available with it. Okay, it is just a, what do you call, an index, okay, or a table which has, okay, this is where my index equal to test is available. And within the index equal to source type is equal to secure is available at A position, and source type is equal to B, vendor score underscore sales is available at position B. So it knows the location that it has to look. So that is what a Bloom filter does in background. Okay, I'll show you the Bloom filter when we cover the admin part. So it is better to use an equal to operator than a not equal to operator. That is one thing. Okay. The other thing is any powerful filtering command that you have available. For example, one of the powerful filtering command that we talked about is dedup command, because it removes duplicates for you. Correct? So how many events am I getting right now? 70,000 events. I just put dedup source type. What will happen is I will be reduced to only 3 events. 3 latest events. So I will get those. So if you have any powerful filtering commands, okay, try to use it in the front of the query as compared to using it at the back of the query. Okay, so how much, I'll prove that. So let's say I go to, so I told you guys how to check how optimized your query is. Go to the job inspector, click on inspect job, you will know how much time it took. So how much time did this query take? 7.6 seconds. Let's say, okay, in total, I say, this is the query I created, okay. Let's see how much time it takes. Inspect job, it took how much time for it to come up with this result? is 0.95 seconds. Okay, what if I exchange this? And then go to Job Inspector. Because this is small data that we're talking about, the difference is negligible. That's only 1.9595 seconds. Okay, so still we got a difference of 0.6 seconds. It's almost 75% more optimized when we write the data before the table. So use the powerful filtering command beforehand itself. Okay, guys. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about before going ahead is the different commands. Like we talked about creating fields, creating tables, creating charts out of these SQL commands. One thing that I'm yet to talk about is, for example, right now, let's say Splunk is not able to derive vendor ID is 5036. Okay, now you have some textual logs that is being produced by your application, which is just giving timestamp over here and not writing vendor ID equal to 5036. It is just writing 5036. Now you are in a pretty tough position. Now you need to give the logic to Splunk. You need to tell Splunk, hey, this is how we need to index our data. This is how we need to call our fields. So when I say index our data, when it is putting the data into the Splunk database, it needs to know what are the different fields that exist. So how do you do that? One way is using the simple web framework of Splunk, that is the interactive field extractor. Okay, so you can use this. So how do you do that? Simply click over here and then click on extract fields. So what will happen is, whatever query that you have written, it will go over there. Okay, and it will ask you, what way do you want to extract your field? So this is the case where you don't have the field extraction done automatically, because you're using some kind of a different or unique logging framework, and now you need to extract the fields, because now you need to provide Splunk, hey, what do you mean by 5031 over there? You guys understand? So if vendor ID equal to was not written and just 5036 was written, you will talk with the application developer. The application developer will say whatever number comes after the timestamp is the vendor ID. Okay, but now you need to give the logic to Splunk. Splunk won't understand that 5036 means vendor ID. So how would you do that? You will go to field extractor, either use a delimiter. A delimiter means, for example, between all of these different fields, what is a delimiter over here? A delimiter is something which differentiates or which creates a difference between the fields. For example, the field delimiter over here is a space, white space. You see, this is the first field. There is a time, and then the other field is vendor ID. The difference between two, how are they being differentiated is with a white space. So either you can use a white space delimiter, or there could be, so you guys must have seen a CSV file. What is a CSV file? A CSV file is nothing but a comma separated value file. So what is the delimiter between? So if I say my CSV file is A, B, C, D, what is the delimiter over here? The delimiter is comma. So you can use comma as a delimiter. So in our case, either we can use a delimiter or a regular expression, because we knew that our delimiter right now over here is vendor ID. We'll use vendor ID. We will use the delimiter as white space. But I wanted to show you an example in which regular expression is being extracted. So click on regular expression. So what will Splunk do is Splunk creates regular expressions for you. Click on next. Okay, and just click on 5036. Give it something. Let's say VID. This is a field that I'm giving it. And click on add extraction. It will add the fields for you. So everything that comes at this location will be treated as a field called as VID. If you want to see the regular expression for it, you will see the regular expression. This is the regular expression. Splunk created that for you automatically, selecting it. And now click on next. Okay, so it extracted the VID for you over here. Now click on next. Now click on finish. Now what will happen is, whenever you put index equal to test, I'll get a field called as VID with me. That VID will be able to give me now vendor ID, similar to what was vendor ID giving me. So I extracted the field myself. You can do that yourself. So some of the data that you onboard into Splunk will not be having clearly defined fields. In that case, what you need to do is you will be talking or setting up some time with the application developer and understanding, okay, this position or whatever this code is nothing but a field name that is VID for me. Okay, anybody wants to give a try why this query is taking a lot of time? No one? The reason is
it is because of index equal to star. It might be searching for all indexes.
Exactly. I have more than 100 indexes in my total Splunk environment. They're searching for all of them. That's correct. So if I write index equal to test and do it, it will be pretty fast. And I will see VID also coming over here. Or it takes some time. Because mine is a distributed clustered environment, it will take some time. But whatever fields that you have generated will be coming over here. You can click on settings, fields. Okay. And this is a field that you have extracted. Click on field extractions. Okay. You see VID. This is the field that I've extracted. And this is the regular expression. And I can make this.
What is the regular expression over there? Regular expression. So, what is the format?
Yeah. So what is the format? This is a regular expression format. So I have not yet taught you regular expression. We'll be talking about that as well. Okay. So anytime you create some kind of field is nothing but a knowledge object that you've created. Some kind of a knowledge or logic that you're providing to Splunk. Either you can keep it to yourself, that means keep private, or keep it to an app and give some access, because I'm the admin, I'm able to provide different accesses to people. Okay, I will say it is able to read by everyone, but only admin or user are able to change or edit it. This is what I generally do. So now I click on save. I will go back to my search. Just click on search. By this time, I think VID would have come. Yes, it came. So that. Okay, so this is how you will extract fields. So one thing as an assignment, what you guys can do is, you can take any application that you have. Okay, you guys can take Microsoft Office or your Windows operating system logs. You can find a location for it and simply go to settings, simply go to add data and add the data of that application log file into your Splunk environment. And once you have that, give it some unique index name, give it some unique source type, and then try to extract fields out of it. Okay? Any questions on that? Okay. So once we have completed that, we have done top rare stats. Okay. There is a cheat sheet that I wanted to show you guys. Okay. You can have that pretty handy. And in that cheat sheet, we will go the regular expression as well. Splunk cheat. Just write in Google Splunk cheat sheet. You'll get one for 6. Or this is for 4.x. We need it for. Okay, get the latest one always. Go to 6.4.0. Where is it? Okay, that's the one that we can use. Yes. So this is the one that you can use. So this cheat sheet, I'll send you the link to all of you guys. You can download this cheat sheet. Okay, It will give you the common search commands that you can use. Okay, it will give you the description of those search commands. Just an example, how you can optimize queries. It will list you all the examples as well. How you can provide time modifiers to your queries. That is there. What are the different functions? So one of you guys asked me yesterday, what are different mathematical functions that you have? So there are different mathematical functions. All have been explained with an example over here. Try each one of them. The reason why I'm asking you to try it, once you try it, you will know there is a command as such. Okay, and what will happen is with that command, whenever you come across a situation where you want to use that command and you do not that there was this command, you will never use it. So I'll advise you guys to try this command in your in your index equal to test and start working on it. The other thing that is over here is a regular expression. So one of you guys was asking about regular expression. So regular expression is nothing but how to represent your, let's say you want to, okay, let me explain you in this way. Let's say I have a new test. I have A, B, C, D, and source type written, and I have some IP address written. 22.168.0.10, and I have my name written, and I have some text file written over there. Okay, so let's say you want to find out. So in every line there is some kind of a value, okay, and then source type is written, and then IP address is written, and the guy who is using the this particular file is written, and what type of file it is written. Let's say you have multiple lines as such. So this is DEFG. Okay, and everybody has a different IP address. Everybody has a different name, let's say. Now the situation arises over here. This is a text file. This is a log file, okay. And in that log file, I want to find out only the IP address. So I can, what will happen is, I want to create a field which will be able to get the IP address for me. Now, either I can use the regular expression of Splunk to do it, or I myself can create that using a field, using a command called as rex. So how do you do that is pretty straightforward. You write the command, let's say, okay, let's say I write rex field equal to underscore raw and provide, let's say I just want the IP address, provide the regular expression for the IP address. Now, how do you need, now you will ask me how to get that IP address regular expression. Now, you guys know what an IP address is. So, does anybody want to give a shot like what an IP address looks like generally? This is how an IP address looks like. It will be starting with 3 digits, and then there will be dot. It can have 3 or more digits. Then there will be dot, 3 or more digits, or sorry, 1 or 3 digits. Okay, one kind of an IP address could be like 1.1.1. Even this could be an IP address. All of them can be one single digit, or one can be one single digit. So there are multiple combinations. So if you want this IP address to be written in regular expression, you will say, okay, the first part, what is the first part? The first part is always a number, and it can be either 1 number or 3 numbers. Correct? Any question on that? So what you can say, the number, your IP address can be a digit. So a digit is represented by /d. You see over here, a digit is represented by /t. The other thing is, how many digits can you have? You can have either 1 digit or 3 digits. So you will use the curly braces. So now, okay, how the curly braces came into picture is, you are putting a combination. These are the different functions that are available for you. Okay, different regexes. So you said your IP address starts with a digit, and how many occurrences do you have? This is the number of repetition. Anytime you want to put an occurrence, you put curly braces. Okay, so you have occurrence of this thing, and then you are saying a dot will come, and then you are again saying this will repeat itself. So this is a regular expression for an IP address. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's say I have to put a regular expression for your SSN. What does your SSN looks like? So it will be 234 hyphen, let's say a sample one, 6, and then there will be last 4 digits over there. Am I right in saying this? This is how your SSN looks like. Correct? So how will you represent this? First, you will have how many digits? You will have 3 digits. So you cannot write D1, 3. What you will write here is you need 3 digits. And then a hyphen comes. And then again digit comes. And then another hyphen comes. And then 4 digits. This is how a regular expression for SSN will look like. We have 7 digits. Sorry, we have in total 9 digits. Okay, so this is a cheat sheet that you want to follow for your regular expression. Okay, generally you will use the field extractor in Splunk, and you will have to use very less of regexes, but if you want, you can use them. Okay, so this is a cheat sheet. We will be going through all of these. Okay, but anytime that you are there in a job, you're doing some project, you can refer to this cheat sheet for quick reference to your dashboards or your queries that you have. So tomorrow, what we are supposed to do is, tomorrow I will go through some of the admin parts. So we have gone through a bit of development. Okay, let's say 25% development we have covered. Now we want to go through some admin part, and then we'll go back to development again. In the admin part tomorrow, I'll be covering different kind of configuration files that we have. So far, whatever we have done on the simple we have done on the simple web framework of Splunk. Now we will go back and see what happens in the configuration part of Splunk. One thing I want to advise you guys is, can you guys create a quick AWS account of yourself, like Amazon Web Services account? Anybody who has an Amazon account can create it for free. Okay, it's free of course, so that you're able to practice it. Okay, so do that. We'll meet tomorrow same time. Any questions so far about a regular expression or whatever we have done so far? And also please complete the assignment about the time picker and the panel hide. And any questions? No questions? Okay, then I'll also upload the cheat sheet onto the Google Drive. Yes, somebody had a question.
Jensen, this is Vikas. I have a small doubt. Whether it is possible or not, I don't know. If we select a source type, is there any possibility of changing the fields also?
Changing the?
Not the changing of fields can be done.
Yeah, as in renaming the fields?
Yeah.
So if the field is automatically extracted, so the fields which are automatically extracted, that they will be there always. Okay, one thing what you can do is you can go in the configuration file. There's a configuration file called as props.conf. Okay, we can go there and change the field name. That is one way of doing it. The default field names can be changed by going into a configuration file called as props.conf. We can do that. Apart from that, the field, yes.
Yeah,
so I'm just saying that.
Name. Yeah, yes, okay. If we select a source type like vendor, we have selected 4 fields like product, all the things. Suppose we have selected 3 fields, and again we are changing the source type to logs. If we have another source type name as log, the fields which have selected in the vendor, product, all the things will be changed.
I'm sorry, I wasn't able to understand your question. Can you repeat that? Like,
Okay.
so you're saying, okay, let me rephrase it. So you're saying that you have a field that is created for source type, let's say A.
Yeah.
And
okay. Yeah.
now you want to change it for source type equal to B as well. Is that what?
Yeah. The same thing. Yeah.
Okay. So what you can go do is simply go to the fields. Okay. So whenever you're creating a field for a particular source type, it is created for a source type. Okay. And now what you can do is you can create a clone of that particular thing just by going to fields and going to field extractions and add new field over here and putting the same regex from here.
Okay.
So the field that I extracted was in the app search and reporting. Where is my search and reporting app? Yes, there it is. So I extracted a field called as SID. Okay, and if you see, first it is written vendor underscore sales, that represents a source type, colon extract VID. So when you create a new one over here, you will say source type name colon extract hyphen VID and put the same extraction regex over there.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So if both source types are using the same fields, it is advisable to, like, there could be a scenario where both source types have the same fields, but mostly they won't be. Okay. So it is better to go through the field extractor again and get the regex done. You would end up creating some corrupted fields. You don't want to do that.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, Jensen. This is Nitesh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The same way, for example, I have source type A. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be using 4 inputs in the dashboard to get my panel for source type A. And in the same, for source type B, there are another 3 fields which I use to get a dashboard. Okay. Now, is it possible that if I click source type A, I will be able to see only those inputs in the dashboard?
Yeah, you use the same thing. Input depends on.
Or even further. Okay.
Same thing. Yes,
Got it.
You can use that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else has a question?
No.
Okay, guys. I'll upload the recording of this session. We'll meet at the same time tomorrow. Okay, and tomorrow we'll be covering some of the admin part. So I'll advise you to attend tomorrow's session for sure. Okay then, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.